This is the Biz News Podcast, one-on-one conversations with experts in business and personal development.
Succeeding in business is often compared to running a marathon. But Simon Severino says before winning marathons, runners need to master running sprints. He puts that philosophy into business strategies that he and his companies teach entrepreneurs. Ask Simon Severino what he does for a living, and he'll tell you.
I help executives with go-to-market. So small business owners, they get coached by my team and we help them double revenue in 90 days, which is really aligning operations and sales more. And then in the third month, also optimizing their marketing. So we start with operations and sales, and then we go to marketing, optimize everything with them. And at the end, they have more cash flow and a more resilient business.
You kind of have put this under the term strategy sprints. What is that? What do you mean by that?
You know, when you run a business, there are 100 moving parts. And it can be quite overwhelming, especially when you start a business and you go, I want to be free. I want more autonomy. I'm running my own thing. And then gradually you start experiencing the opposite. The business runs you. Your friends go, hey, you're working more than ever. And you go, no, it feels like life. Yeah, exactly. Come on, get your life back. And so this is usually the moment where they call us and say, oh, all right, I need a strategy sprint. I need first to pull myself out of the weeds because I'm knee deep into working in the business and I need to work more on the business. But when should I do that? So this is usually month one of the strategy sprint. The strategy sprint is a 90 days implementation program. In the month one, we need to pull out the owner out of the weeds and regain 10 to 14 hours per week of their time. Because in month two, we want to work on form, fit, and function of their sales system, which is making it repeatable, making it less person dependent, having less risk if one person gets COVID or goes to a 4 weeks vacation. So what happens? The business cannot stay 4 weeks without oxygen. So how can the revenue systems be in place, which are repeatable and person independent? That's month two. And then month three, now we have a nice little machine that's working 24/7. It's working when we are on vacation. Now it's time for marketing. For us, marketing is the last 5% of a business, which most people get wrong because they start with all marketing. And we usually say, no. You first have a great product, a great delivery mechanism. You have very happy clients. You have a repeatable way of selling it. And the last 5%, now go out there and tell the world about it.
Simon, a lot of people will say success is really not a sprint. It's a marathon. How do you answer that? You
know, a marathon kills you. If you live life as if you ever did a marathon, I did a ton of half marathons. It's awful. I see people having heart attacks on the field. And every half marathon that I did, I saw at least 2 heart attacks during the competition. So a marathon, because it takes hours and it's high intensity, is not healthy at all. What is healthy is a series of small intense bursts and long regeneration. And this is what in the running sciences, you call this sprint training. High intensity, short bursts, and then long regeneration periods. So we took it from and you see it, if you see the physicality of a marathon runner, they're very slim and they look like they're gonna die soon. But if you look at a sprinter, they look healthy and muscular and you go, oh my God, I want to have that. Whatever that is, I want to have that. And so I was studying the sprint sciences and see that you just need short, intense bursts on the right thing. And then you can have a long relaxation if you look at sprinters in the animal kingdom, for example, we were at the zoo with the kids and they asked, Siri, who is the fastest animal? And Siri said, the sprinter in the animal kingdom is the cheetah. So we went to the cheetah, of course. We went to the cheetah, and the cheetah is relaxing 99% of the time. And then they have one short burst, which is very intentional. They don't just run somewhere. They are never busy. It's one short, intense sprint. They get what they need, and then they go back to relaxing for the next 6 hours. That's the sprint method. And we were like, okay, in business, we have all these frantic activities and hundreds of projects at once, and you need coordination meetings to talk about all these activities, which is super boring. And people are frantic, and nothing is really efficient and effective. So how can we learn? What if we can identify the 80-20 of the few things that really matter, solve them in sprints, and then the rest is really go and enjoy your life, your family, your friends. That's the basic idea. You find what really is the current bottleneck, you solve only that, and then you have increased the general throughput of the whole value chain just by solving that one bottleneck. And the week is done. And then in next week, solves again one bottleneck.
You could use a picture of a cheetah as your company logo then.
We tried at the beginning, but it looked like something that we don't want to be associated with.
Oh, is that after it caught the antelope then? Simon, would you give us a few examples? You've been doing this for years. Give us a couple of examples of people who have put your philosophy into daily practice. Can you tell us about them?
Sure. So many small consultancies and marketing agencies do that. They come in month one, we diagnose their current offering and systems on the 11 level. And then what we find is they have too many offers. It's not well packaged. The price needs to be raised by 25% usually. And the positioning is too comparable, which makes the sales less effective and also less enjoyable. So month one, we need to get them out of the weeds. So we make a time analysis with them. How are you spending your time? What's really moving the needle forward? What gives you energy? What takes energy from you? And then we help them bit by bit delegate, automate, and cut activities. Now that they have less activities on their plate, we can work on form, fit, and function of the sales system. So they will record their sales calls, send them in, and we will send them in. They share the link with us, right, in their project management space. And we watch the recording and say, look, you told the price too early. You didn't close this because you were too nice. You just were understanding. You didn't close anything. And on another one, you were not really listening because you were just trying to push your product into them instead of helping them make the right decision and then committing to work together on that decision. So everybody has their different blind spots and skills to learn in sales. So sales technique is one thing where we coach them. And the other one is how you can take the wow moment, which happens usually 2-3 months later. How can you bring that into the first 10 days of the relationship? For example, one client is a competitor to MailChimp. And in the first day when you would try the product, they would say, oh yeah, welcome, please upload a CSV file, which makes sense from an engineering perspective, but for the client, it's very strange and you lose them. So many don't even know what is a CSV file. And so we said, okay, if 2 months later, the wow comes of working with you, how does that look like? Well, they feel I'm a small business, but I feel my emails are professional like L'Oreal. Oh, that's what you want. Okay, can we do it in the first 24 hours? So we created in the first 24 hours that experience. Basically, they had 3 templates. They were putting them together, sent an email immediately in the demo and said, wow, this feels professional. And now 2 days later, they would say, and now please upload your CSV file. And now it works because now you have a relationship, you have commitment on both sides, And now you can ask for these strange things and without breaking the flow. But it's really important how you onboard a client, and that is the part between sales and operations that you need to align. How can you make that a wow experience? Because this is then also in month 3 really important when we talk about retainment. How can you keep your clients around, and how they came maybe for a solution, but they stay for a community, or they came for A, but you have also B. That starts really with how you onboard them and how you deliver. That's why we start with operations, then we go to sales. And the last month is marketing. We have now an engine. Let's go and tell the world about it.
You mentioned a key word that a lot of people skip over, and that is listening. Do you have to teach your clients how to listen?
I think everybody needs to learn how to listen. It's a lifelong quest for becoming a better human being, and that starts with becoming a better listener. I have to teach my kids, and they teach me. So we are all learning how to be a better listener, and we are all hopefully inspiring others to be a better listener. But that's, I think, a lifelong thing to learn, especially in sales, because some people think that sales is just pushing a product into somebody. And that is a very bad model from 25 years ago. It was broken 25 years ago. It's completely broken today, and people are not accepting that anymore. So what is a modern sales approach? It is become the person who helps the other person take the right decision, whatever the decision it is. And if you are the expert in that area, now you can teach something related to that. Help them see around the corner. Look, in your industry, this is the trend. This is what's coming. Do you see it? Are you ready for it? Do you have the tools in place? Can I help you? That would be a nice flow of things.
Tell our audiences about your new book.
Oh, yeah. So
I hope you have a copy there. There it is.
I have one. It's the Strategy Sprints. Is really my last 18 years doing only one thing, which is really helping business owners improve the 12 main hard problems: how to market, how to sell, how to onboard clients, how to hire, how to fire, all that good stuff. And since it's really tough, it took me 18 years to wrap my head around this. And I've written it down. So every chapter is really one implementation blueprint. This is the marketing checklist. This is the sales checklist. This is the operations checklist from work in 114 countries over 18 years. And now, now it's shareable. I use it myself as a checklist because I have also to remind myself what matters now. And so I check each chapter. Strategy Sprints, it's available on Amazon.
And I imagine you have a website. What is that?
The website is strategysprints.com. And you will find tools there that you can download in the tools section. And this is where we hang out most, strategysprints.com.
And Simon, you've been very generous with your thoughts and observations. What would you like to tell our audiences that I haven't asked you about?
I hope we could cover a lot of ground. I think we went wide and deep, and I'm happy to answer any question that pops up for people. I have a YouTube channel, a daily YouTube channel. It's called Simon Severino, and there are live sessions there where people can ask me directly any question related to revenue systems and investment systems. Tomorrow, for example, we talk crypto investments and stock investments in the face of a possible inflationary scenario. So I hang out also on YouTube if people want to ask questions.
You've been watching the Biz News Podcast. We welcome your input. Send your email to editor@biznews.com. Thanks for watching.